They call me Stacy. Hey, that's not my name. How are we today? Hello, beautiful beings. I felt called to do a little collective message for my supporters who have not yet arrived, because I have only just started my YouTube channel, or started putting videos on it, we'll say. You know, I started a while ago. But I really don't want to focus on readings at all on my YouTube. However, I was called to do one today, and I thought it was going to be just a little message, and it turned into an hour divine counterpart love reading, and I was like, let's see, like and that message I'll release at the right time, but it's pretty parallel to a lot of my journey, and so maybe I'm just being called to support people on that path. I know I am. A lot of my content will end up being about my love journey. However, I have to allow what I'm building to materialize before I energetically plant that. You know what I'm saying? So because of that video will be released when it's time, but I'm gonna do another little collective reading, and maybe it will be two, maybe one for the collective, one for love, because I still do feel the love coming through pretty strongly. Obviously, if you found my channel, you are searching for real love, and that's the song that was coming through, searching for that real love, right? And that's really what I talk about. So if you found my channel, then I'm guessing that's what you are seeking in your life, or seeking to ground in your life. So I already feel that coming through, and so we're just going to connect with that energy and see what comes through today. So please remember to only take what's for you, only take what resonates for you. You have your own personal accountability in anything you listen to, anything you hear, anything you intake, right? I am not responsible for your experience. You are, right? I have this golden healer's heart, and I'm like noticing, I'm like, I was like, is this new, right? I'm like seeing this crack, and I'm like, what the fuck, is this new? So maybe there's a crack. Maybe there's something you're noticing in love that you weren't noticing before. You're noticing a crack that wasn't there before. Okay, let's connect. Let's get a message. Let's get an overall message. Today, for these beautiful beings seeking real love in their life. Whoa, okay. Okay, I'm searching for love. Okay, our first card that popped out is the Judge, and what really stood out to me was this hand that was like, no, ma'am, no sir, no ma'am. yeah, I feel like that's what I feel like, even this heart, right? Like I was like, what is this? Is this a deep crack? So it's like this examining of what real love is. That's what I'm getting here, is like no more fake love, right? No more fake love. This is time for it to die, right? It's time for real love that doesn't have cracks, that are going to ultimately create rupture, right? And break. You're done with broken love. And I hear you. I totally hear you. I hear you. You're done with broken love. You're searching for real love. I have the poet and the creator popped out together. So maybe you're also a writer and a creator. I want to look at what's coming through. Give me a moment here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is you. This is you on your path of like, how do I get real love? We have the destroyer. We have the destroyer and the creator, right? And this is like this judge. No, no more. And receiving the creative inspiration. We're creating a different life. We're creating a different love. So this is like the judge on broken love and creating a new story around love, right? That's why you're here. You're creating a new story, which I love. That's what I mean. Like you're writing a new story in love, right? And because this is the thing I'm seeing here, there's a lot of hands going on. You're painting a new story. And this is like the destroyer. You've seen the cracks. See the eyes? You've seen through the cracks in the fake love, and you're good. You're super good on that. So here we are molding. You see the hands molding a new story. A new story in love, right? It's been coming through so strongly, and it's been the content that I've... there's been a lot of content that I've wanted, like, what do I want to focus my energy on my channel, right? And I'm just doing what I'm called to, and it's been a lot around this, right? We're tired of the same lies. We're tired of the same fake love, the same, right? That word coming through so strongly. Sick of this. Sick of the same BS, right? Then we have our siren and the hunter. And this makes me believe that you are truly focused on creating a new frequency, right? You're stepping into your divine frequency, and you've cleared a path. You're very focused. You are focused on, like I said, this judge card, right? It's like you're focused on your yes and you're focused on your no, right? It's like the hunter knows very clearly. You don't have time for the same anymore. You don't have time for games anymore. You see through these people now, right? You're ready for real love. How do I bring that in? You know, that's what I'm feeling here. I don't know if this is like, you know, it could be any, like you have love in your life, you're aligning with it. You don't have the love in your life. You are focused on coming into that, right? So it could be any variation of that, but you're seeing clearly. You're no longer interested in broken love, and you've had enough, and you're focused on molding and creating Queen Tings. I didn't necessarily want to say like divine feminine energy, but that's what I was feeling in this, and the Queen popped up. So like our divine feminine siren energy, right? She attracts real love. She calls in real love just by embodying that frequency, right? You're stepping into your queen energy, meaning that you don't have to find real love. You are focused on the path, and you see what is not. So, so what do you need to hear about that then? Okay. Queen, I feel like, wants to be out. The Queen wants to be out. She said, no. We're focused on being the Queen. Okay, so that had come out and it come out again. That had come out and it come out again. So funny. The kiss. When I lifted the Queen, I saw the kiss. And also the river. This is wild because this, maybe I will have to post this first video sooner than, because this was in my first video I made, the desert and the kiss. And if you look at this desert, okay, what you're reaching for in the desert is this moon, and in the moon is this kiss. And so in summary, the long reading was, dude, you're already doing it. Whoa, what's behind this? Yeah, the forest. You're already doing it. You've been through a lot. No more BS. No more, right? All these hands of like, yes, no, this is for me. This is, you're very consciously creating your reality, and you're calling in this union. And so the big message yesterday, and in so many forms, that message ended up being an hour long, right? But the big message was, you've been through the worst of it so that you could be this destroyer of all that is not love, so that you can align in the frequency of love and create a life of love, right? You know, you're entering your queen energy and you're calling in the divine kiss of like after this desert, right? No more fake love, no more cracks, no more things falling apart, right? And my flow card, this is, yeah. Let it flow. This has been a really big message right now, just for the collective, of like, as we're moving through this energy, the more that you can allow it to flow through you. As you say no to something, right? You've already become this judge. You're saying no to what you don't want, but you have to realize that you've spent a lifetime saying yes to these things. So you're saying no now, right? But that energy still has to be released energetically, emotionally, mentally, and then physically. We actually have to purge that out of the body once we've actually internally released it. So even though you're like, dude, I've already let go of all these things, you're sort of in this energy of moving through it and moving to the other side. And that was a big one yesterday, is like, you have to let it materialize. You're also doing great ether work, I can tell, because again, you've got this molding, the creator, the poet, the queen. You're molding your truth and your reality. And that was the big love message, right? It's like you're creating, and you have to give it time to materialize and go with the flow. Stop fighting your own journey, right? And I have these two horses, which may mean something for you specifically. And I am taking this as like coming into connection. You know, this was another one that really came through. It's like, what you're seeking is seeking you, right? So you're calling in a higher frequency love. So you're on this path, they're on this path, and you are coming together. You're meeting in the middle, and it's like both of these horses coming out of, I was going to say illusion, right? They're both coming out of this kind of illusion and moving into clarity, right? And so you and this person are moving into clarity. Because here's the thing, is like, when you, whether you know this person or you don't, right? When you clear old energies from your life and you call in and claim what's meant for you, that's also alchemizing that old energy and aligning with a new energy, right? This is the thing that I said initially, the energy has been honed and focused in, right? If you think about the dating pool, you're unhealed and you're sort of just like blindly meeting people in the world, right? You're like, oh, this person seems cool. I'm like, they had good chemistry vibes. Or like, you're sort of like blind. Once you've done the work, right? Or if you're consciously calling in a counterpart that you know in the ether and they're not, like if you're calling in a very specific being, right? Either or, you're aligning into a new frequency, and that frequency is also calling you in. So when you get closer, here's the thing about, you know, we want to get closer to love or this person or affection from someone else, but when we get closer to ourselves, when we hone more deeply into our own frequency and truly align with what we're calling into our life, that's drawing the energy of this other being closer to you. And then you can start synchronizing your energies, right? And align together. So I feel like you're consciously co-creating, and you know, maybe other people just need confirmation that it's real. You're not crazy. I don't know. You know, like what do you need from this? And I did pull this deck out just for this message, because this is my Aset deck. You may know her by Isis. That's not her name. So, but she's come through strongly, and wanted me to pull a message for you. So let me tap into that. Oh, I love this for you. Yes, dude, this is what I'm talking about. You know, and call her in, because she obviously has your back, okay? On the bottom, we've got power over 7 scorpions, power to conjure lower vibrational forces. Okay, you know what? I'm talking to another divine creatrix here, for sure. You're stepping into your divine creatrix energy. This is what I love that came out, right? We have our creator and our destroyer, right? The judge, the poet, the queen. You're learning, and here's what we pulled. The divine empress, right? You're literally embodying empress energy, queen of heaven, and then the eye of Horus, which is our divine perception card, right? This is why I said you are seeing so clearly through the cracks now. Like, literally, you have awakened your divine perception in love. You're seeing the lies, you're seeing the yes, you're seeing the no. You're embodying your divine empress energy, your divine goddess creatrix energy. And this is the illusion. And so maybe you need this confirmation too, because this is something that I've been working through, because my soul is, listen, so much fire, okay? And sometimes I'm like, wow, that's really intense. Like, maybe as a divine creatrix, I'm supposed to be more, feminine. And that's part of the feminine lie we're breaking, right? The divine creatrix has the power over evil, honey. She got power over darkness, okay? She knows how to conjure lower vibrational forces. That's not a game. That's not a joke, okay? These little children think they're playing with energies. No, you're a divine creatrix. You know how to destroy what is not meant to be and create what is meant to be. And you're important at this time, my love. You are important at this time. And here's what you're doing that popped out. You are awakening your divine abundance. And I also want you to know that I don't use this deck unless I am specifically called from her to use it, right? You're calling in a divine abundance. You're calling in your divine Empress birthright. You are a divine creatrix, and yeah, you need to embrace your fire. You need to embrace all these aspects of you, because you know, you're not meant to be in this little fake feminine of like, you know, the fake feminine is the wanting to embody feminine energy. Here's how I want to describe it, okay? A true queen does not ever submit to a man, right? Unless he's in a position to hold her, right? The whole idea of submission is that if I can trust your dominance, then I can submit to that, because we've got it wrong, right? The idea of submission is that I trust my partner, or I trust this man to hold me, to contain space for me to just exist, right? So now we're surrendering control and we're allowing someone to take that place, because why? We have the divine perception to know that this man can hold space for me, or this person can hold space for me, right? A woman not in her power is going to be in her feminine submissive energy regardless of what the man is, and then she attracts predators, right? Because now she's in this is like really, I'm talking about this and I'm feeling like heat. Someone needs to hear this, and someone is mad about it, because that's the distortion. This is what we're destroying. The feminine isn't pretty and quiet and cute, like she is, but she's also uses her voice. She cuts through BS. She doesn't have time for games. She literally sees the devil and says, not on my watch. Not on my watch. She's an empress of divine abundance. You don't enter that by being pretty and submissive to, people that are going to take advantage of you. That is not divine empress energy, right? So I feel like you're learning that, or maybe some people watching this are not learning that and needed to hear that. But like, that's what the divine empress energy is, right? Your feminine power is fierce. I'm talking Kali, Pele, right? Like, you know that these goddesses are all fierce. They are fierce, okay? They are a fierce frequency. So maybe you needed to hear that. Maybe you're also someone where people are like, oh, wow, like, your energy is really intense. Like, that's kind of a lot. Like, your passion and your fire is like a little bit overwhelming. Oh, I'm sorry. Is my cosmic power too much for your basic reality? Excuse me, you know? I feel like this is the energy you're embodying. Like, excuse me, like, oh, like, I'm sorry you wanted to stay in mediocre. Like, so yeah, I mean, do you, because you're an abundant creatrix. Stop listening to these idiots. I'm sorry. See, it is what it is. It's coming out. Stop listening. There's so much BS out there, man. Just you like use your divine judgment. There is so much trash out there. Like, don't listen to these people be like, this is the divine feminine. If it doesn't resonate with you, again, then it's not, don't take it. And if you were mad about, because someone was super mad when I was talking about divine feminine energy. So sit with that. Sit with whatever is happening internally, right? Because there's something there that you're either being called to embodied, or something that, you know, I triggered of you just trying to step deeper into feminine and needing to discover what that means. So, okay. Anything else on that, my mom? I don't even know. It's so dramatic, right? So dramatic. And I had the Four of Swords as well. What's this about? What's about this Four of Swords Tower? Dude, I'm like fumbling. Yes. Okay. Key. Oh. Okay. So I have a yes and I have a success. We have a yes and we have a success. And then we have rest and we have tower. So, wow, you guys. Wow, you beings. This is let me connect into this, y'all. Give me a second. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. I don't know why. You know what you've been growing underground, right? You've been growing all of this. Again, this is honestly really similar to a lot of what was coming through yesterday, or in the other love reading. It's you've been growing a lot underground. And okay, so it's starting to sprout. This is why, and I really connect with you on this, right? This is why this is so loud. This is so loud right now, and why you're being called into your fire, because this is what's coming in for you. I'm talking success. I'm talking abundance. I am talking queen. The queen, right? You are fully stepping into your divine queen embodiment and abundance, right? And I totally resonate with you on this, because people are going to try to take your power. Why? Stay true and be in your power. People are going to try to take your power. Why? Because you work for it. You have worked really hard. You've been through a lot of heartbreak. You've had to really look at yourself. You've done a lot. Like, this is you. You're transcended. Arms raised. Like, oh my, like, you have been dedicated. You've been focused. You've been creating under the surface. And, you know, take care of yourself, rest, and honor this journey. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the big thing I'm feeling. You're in another layer of self, and a deeper layer of self where you're seeing super clearly, and you cannot keep listening to people who don't get it. Stop listening to people who don't get it. You have to use your own divine perception. You've come a really long way. You've got to trust that. Trust what you've been creating under the surface, because everybody else is like, no,
I mean, it's like a little sprout, so like we'll see. Like, I mean, if you think that it's gonna grow, it's whatever.
It's like, no, like, look, you planted all of these. This is like seriously the same. It's the same. So you may resonate with the message, the reading when I pull it out, when it comes out. But you've already been growing it. It's starting to sprout. Rest, trust what you've been growing, and protect your energy. Protect your energy. Because look, I don't think, I in no way, shape, or form think this is like a negative tower. You've already done the work. There's like nothing. Yeah, I'm getting like you couldn't possibly be like shocked anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is like you've been through it. This is a divine abundance shock. This is your blessings coming through. This is blessings coming through. You got the tower with the sun and success. That's like that's a massive good shift for you. And I'm not going to get into what that is. Like, that's going to be personal for everybody. So I'm not going to even go into what that might be. But it involves this. It involves your divine abundance. I feel like you're also claiming your divine spiritual inheritance, right? Your divine abundance. And this is why you have to protect it, because lower vibrational forces, don't want you to have success. Why? Because you're changing the paradigm. You're someone who is going to come in and bring divine empress power and truth to the world, right? They don't want us here. We're changing the entire paradigm, right? And so you've been tested, and you're being tested to destroy whatever's not for you, because guess what happens? When this shocking new abundance comes in, all these people who were not in your corner are going to be like, oh, like, oh my God, like, what happened? Like, I love it. It's so funny, right? You don't got time for whiny little people, because, oh, you're so lucky, right? That one is the most annoying. You're so lucky. You had life so much better or easier. If only I had your life. Like, honey, you don't know what I've been through, right? This is you needing to rest and honor yourself, because something really, really big is coming through for you, and it's for you. It's not for all these other people who haven't showed up for you. It's not for all these other people. Spirit is showing you who is not in your corner, because when the sun shines on you from everything that you've done, and these people want to ride off your success, no ma'am, no sir. No. I don't know why. No, I don't know why. No ma'am, no sir. It's just funny. Like, I am not, I'm not with it, right? So that's what I really see for you. Trust something big is coming in for you. I literally got the sun, the Six of Wands, and the Tower all coming out in the same thing. That's big. Success, joy, happiness. That's like a massive yes on everything that you've been creating, right? Because you're a creator, because you're a divine creator, right? Trust, trust, trust. And as you step into this queen frequency, right? Like I said, your king is coming to meet you. He's on his way. He's on his way. Okay. What other messages do we have? Let's try to wrap this up. What else do you want? What else do you want to tell the people? This keeps happening, so maybe I am supposed to be doing maybe there's a lot of messages that need to come out. It's like like 17 cards. Like, there you go. It's very fidgety. You know what I'm saying? Every time I've shuffled the cards, I'm so anxious. It's like maybe you're like super anxious about something coming in. It's like I'm going to shuffle the cards and I like almost like can't hold them. It's like they're exploding. It's like they're exploding out of my hands. So I'm not going to take those. These two did pop out. Dream a beautiful dream. Going beyond the normal. Okay? Look at this. This is what I was saying earlier. Normal people are seeing you do this. This is what normal people are seeing. And they're like, why are you spending so much time on this shrub? And you're like, listen, it's not a shrub. I'm creating an entirely new reality, right? People cannot see what you're creating in the ether. People can't see this vision. Stop trying to validate your vision with people who can't see it, right? Like, it's not for them. It's for you. This is your success. This is your abundance. This is your happiness, right? And you've been on a really deep journey, right? Stop thinking that it's not real. Stop looking for somebody else to tell you it is or is not real. Stop looking for ways to invalidate your own reality. And maybe I'm seeing the clock on her forehead because maybe you're like me and you're like, when is my manifesting coming in? Why is it only a shrub? Why hasn't it grown? And then you're going to somebody else and they're like, it's just a shrub. Just let it die. And then you're like, wait, no, it's not a shrub. Like, it's a massive tree that I've been growing and it has a lot of power, right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does, girl. Yes. And the sacred fool, right? Yes. Yes, it does. Be the sacred rebel of your own heart, of your own journey. Everybody else might think you're a fool, but when you step into this entirely new reality, everybody's like, oh, like what? And then you step into this new reality and you're like, boom, baby. And everybody's like, wait, what? Wait, what? Maybe there's someone like super negative in your life, dude, because I don't know. Maybe you need to drop some people. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But stop listening to everybody else who is living in a three-dimensional, basic reality and not quantum creating an entirely new life. Stop listening to those people. You're a divine creatrix. Okay? Maybe you just needed to hear that. I don't know. Maybe you just needed to hear that. Oh. My communication card had popped up a couple times. And clarity. Ace of Swords, right? Clarity, communication, seeing clearly in the mind. You know, you're opening up a doorway to yourself. You've done so much introspection. You've done so much inner work. You're opening up a massive doorway for yourself. This is 40 minutes now, so I do want to wrap this up, see if there's anything else, any messages else right now that we need to hear. That is the messages. Wow. Okay. You must be in the same holding space. So this makes me believe too, like, And because I felt called to do a message on this, the integration process after we sort of brought in the new Earth grid, it's been like, or we locked it into place, and it's like, it's you know, in its process of now beginning to ground, as old Earth dies, right? And so many of us are on that journey of destroying and creating, and being in a spiritual integration room, right? We're like ready, and at the same time, you're being integrated so that you can step into this, right? This is all part of your introspection pause, learning what is and is not for you, and you're like, God, how many things do I have to destroy? And everything. You have to destroy everything because you're creating an entirely new reality, an entirely new world, right? So every single thing from your old world has to be destroyed to create this success in the new world, right? It is time. You are coming out of this stagnation. It is time. The wheel is turning, you know, and we literally have, you know, this. It is time. It's time for a new beginning that's really, really powerful. And you've been prepared. You've been prepared for this. So, you know, this is you stepping fully into your divine creatrix energy. And it's not an easy journey. That's what I want to say, because like, it's a really, really tough journey, and nobody's going to get it, right? These people do not get what you're doing. They do not get what you're creating. They do not get who you are. And that's okay. Stop trying to get them to get who you are. You know what I mean? You don't need to get them to get who you are. You're just gonna, that's part of that creator and destroyer energy, right? She's not always liked. She's not always liked, but she speaks in truth and power. Her words are powerful, right? Most great people are not initially or universally liked, right? If you're doing something new, people don't like it because why? They're so stuck in the normal. They're so stuck in normalcy that you and your divine power is shocking, right? They can't handle it because it shatters their normal, right? It completely shatters their normal, you know? Divine creatrix energy is, you know, it's necessary reset. It's a necessary, it's the function. It's our death and our rebirth, right? This is why I said the creatrix is not just a creator, you know? She's the mother of both life and death. And if you want to be, this is where we have the feminine distortion, like, oh, you want to be rainbows and sunshines and babies and flowers and pretty and sweet, and it's like, okay, well, every one of those things dies. Dies, right? If you're making a baby, you're also knowing that that baby could die, right? Think about the weight of that, right? Think about the divine creatrix weight of the creator and the destroyer. That's her embodiment. She knows what she gives life to will also die. And she doesn't live in fear. She doesn't live in worry because she knows that that is what it means to be a queen. She knows that's what it means to be a divine creatrix. She knows that's what it means to sustain life, right? Being a queen has nothing to do with being liked, right? By everyone. You know what I'm saying? So, Well, awesome. Like, I'm super glad that you are stepping into your creative goddess energy, and we need you. We need you. You know what I mean? A set came through. She's grateful. Connect with her if you're not. She is a deep, deep mother of divine creatrix transformation. And she's calling you. She's calling you home. She's calling you home. We're just gonna roll a quick dice just for fun.